Hello everybody, my name is Brahim and welcome back to this tutorial series in Europa Universalis 4. So today we're going to talk about the tabs over here in the game. So there are 3, 6, 9, 12 tabs in the game. I think all of them are available to if you don't own any expansion, but probably states is locked if you only own the Cossacks expansion. I don't know, so let me know in the comments if you are missing one of the tabs, and I will probably post a video in the future about each separate expansion in the game. So what are we going to talk about? We cover in last episode our resources over here, some map filters. I changed. We did the tutorial with France, now with Burgundy. We went through all of these over here, of the information in each province. So let's go back to the tabs over here. So first tab is the government tab. What does it mean? Well, basically information about government type we have. So it says we are a duchy, we are a feudal monarchy. We have, if you remember, if we are a monarchy, we have legitimacy over here. So there are 3 types of ranks. We have duchy, you have a kingdom, or an empire. Basically, if you are a kingdom, you will have an extra diplomat. With France, we have 3 diplomats, and a discount of 5 years in your national focus. I will talk about that in a second. If you're an empire, you will have not only the extra diplomat, but an extra leader. You can, if you remember, as France, we could hold 2 leaders here. Now, and of course, as a key in empire, you have a 10-year discount on your national focus. Now, as a duchy, okay, we have no benefits. We have the benefits from being a despotic monarchy. The more you advance in your army tech group, the better type of government types you can have. Like, for example, in this one, gives you negative and -1 unrest and 10% unjustified demands when you take land from enemies. Now you can see over here you have 10% manpower, extra autonomy change, accept cost threshold. Yeah, there are better benefits overall, but you will get them the more you advance over here in your admin tech group. Okay. What else? Well, we have our current ruler, Duke Philip III of Bourgogne. Okay, he's a 555. He's a great leader. The amount of points you can have varies from 0 to 6 on each category. So the worst leader ever would be a 000, and the best one would be a 666. Okay. I think the best leader when you start the game is this guy, Skanderberg. Look at that, 656. So if you want to start with the best leader in the game, start as Albania. But trust me, Duke Philip is good enough. Okay, he's 48. Now you have your heir here, Charles Bourgogne, age 11, claim strong. So age 11, that means he's not of age yet. Okay, he's a 204, so it's way worse than our 555. So let's say Philip dies right now, we have a regency until Charles become of age. I think it is when he turns 16. So always look after that. If you have a under 16 ruler, yeah, be wary of the regency problems. Okay, regency basically limits you in a lot of things you can do. You cannot declare wars, you cannot take a lot of decisions as a regency. So always try to avoid that. Always try to have a strong claim heir, unless of course you hate him and he's a very bad one. Try to kill him as soon as possible. Here we show the culture. Okay, the culture we accept. Under culture we are Burgundian, that's my primary culture, and we have accepting Wallonian. Okay, basically if If your culture is above 20%, that means the development of their provinces with that culture is over 20%, it will become accepted, okay? And if it goes down to 10%, when it is accepted, we will lose it. Like Francian is now 12.3, since it was never accepted. It is above the 10, but it's not accepted until it becomes 20%. Now, in the case of Wallonian, if Wallonian becomes lower than 10, we will stop accepting it. Alright? So basically, accepting it means it's our culture. It gives all the benefits of our culture. If we don't, like Francian, you can see there's a penalty to your tax and to your manpower. Okay? Go back to this. Here are the advisors. Now, what are advisors? Basically, we have different level advisors ranging from +1 to +3. These are randomly generated, so you can expect to have a 1, 1, 1 on each one of them, and in this case we have 1, 2, and 3. Now, of course, there are also different benefits from each advisor. Okay, this one gives us plus diplomatic reputation 1, more trade efficiency, my spy offense. Of course, most of the actions are tied to diplomatic things. Same with the military guys. Okay, reinforced speed, lands for limit, war model of armies. So what is important, of course, the type of advisor you get, but also the amount of extra monarch points they give. Okay, +1 cost price and has a monthly maintenance. The better it is, or the more points it gives, the more expensive and the most monthly it costs. So watch out for that. Watch out for your treasury. Try not to go bankrupt for having an expensive advisor. It's better. I would rather kick an advisor instead of going bankrupt and have no money at all. Okay, so of course this gives +1 or 2 or 3 into our monarch points. Here the total of monarch points we're producing each month: 9, 8, and 8. We can check it over here. It's the same: 9, 8, and 8. So it's basically a base value of 3 plus the number of points you get from your ruler. This is Philip, plus the +1 of this advisor. That's 1. Okay, so here we have 3 plus 5, 3 plus 5. Now we can always set a national focus. We will give +2 to that specific one and -1 to the rest. Now, if you choose a national focus, you will have to stick with it for 25 years. So unless you really need it, I would leave it like it is without a focus. But if you have like 988, that's a lot of points. Now imagine we have a 204. We have an excess of military points maybe, and we need some diplomatic or administrative, so we can always check it out. Like, there you go, 11, 7, and 7. Okay, so we have to wait 25 years to change that. Now, if you have better rank, you have a 5-year discount on each rank. So this is the government tab. Let's jump into the diplomacy tab. Okay, so diplomacy tab, there's a lot of information regarding diplomacy. Basically, when you go to another nation, this is the information you will get of them. Right? If you right click on a nation, you will open the diplomatic tab on that nation. You will see the information like the religion, the government rank, the tech group, and some like the ruler over here, 424. Okay, now we have the amount of diplomatic relations slots you have and the amount occupied. We have 5 slots, 5 of them are occupied. This is our diplomatic reputation. Okay, the better reputation, basically the better opinion other nations have of you. There are a lot of things that affects the diplomatic reputation, but this is the amount you have right now. This is improved relations +10. That means if you want to improve relations with somebody, you will have add 10% extra opinion. Let's say, okay, I have my diplomatics are busy. Okay, we're improving relations with Holland, right? So you'll say it improved at 2.54 per month, and that is affected by that 10% from our extra improved relations. Now there's a lot of information here, by number of cultures. This is a number of policies. We'll go through that later. I have 0 policies. This is the spies efficiency. The more efficient they are, the more likely they will cut enemy spies, and your spies will be less caught. Okay. This is revanchism. Okay, revanchism is a modifier you get when you lose war. Like if you lose a war and you have to give up land, it will give you like a bonus to your income, to your manpower regeneration, so you can catch up and don't fall behind too fast. So it's like it's good to have a modifier when you lose some land, so you don't, so that your enemies don't steamroll you and kick you and just kill you. Stability, of course, is the same as this. I don't know what it is here. It is for the other nations. You can check that information for other nations. Okay. Same with prestige, number of ideas. Okay. The score. What is this? Oh, the tech level on each. Right now we're all at 3, and this is what it is. Oh, envoy travel time. So yeah, the more you have, the faster your envoys will go and deliver their actions in the diplomatic tab. Okay, back to our country. Here are my enemies who have rivaled me. So England and Austria had decided that I am their rival, and these are my rivals, my 3 rivals. Okay, England, France, and Austria. These are the nations I am improving relations with. These are the nations that wants to improve relations with me. These are my allies, Burgundy. These are my vassals. Oh, I have 1 vassal, that's Nevers. You can see with that shield and a crown and the arrow. Now these are personal unions. These are different. Vassals, like Nevers, keeps his own ruler. Okay. He works independently. Just I am his vassal. He pays me money. He gives me stuff. Now personal unions are different. Personal unions, and they have they work with me. They have I am the same ruler. Okay, like I am the ruler of these 3 countries. So personal union means eventually I might assimilate them. Okay, there's a chance I inherit their land over time. Okay, you can see not possible for 50 years. So after 50 years, there's a chance I will inherit their land. We can call them vassals, but there's a difference between personal unions and vassals. Okay, these are of course all the nations and their opinion of them to me, and my opinion of them. Create a subject. Of course, I can create vassals if I want. Like, I can release them. Release vassals. Yeah, like Hainaut. I can create another vassal over here. Like Hainaut has this as a core. I can create a vassal if I want. I will not, of course. I don't have that land for myself. Now, what is this? Diplomatic feedback. Here I can click and select provinces that I consider important for me. Like, okay, I want all this land. I consider this land to be very important for me, so I will tell the rest of the world I want that land. That will mean probably England will hate me because I wanted the land. Same with Friesland. Okay, because I wanted the land. Now, if another nation decides the same province, they will compete with me and they will probably not ally or not be my friend because we want the same land. So that's diplomatic feedback. Now, if you pick another nation, that will tell you the mutual trust and the favors you have. Favors is a mechanic in the last patch, basically to call an ally, you need favors from them. So it's a mechanic that if you work together in a war, you will gain more favors. If you accept their call to join a war on their side, you will win favors, and you can spend those favors to calling them back into your wars or to build up your trust. You can of course always set the attitude. Right now is neutral. I can say, okay, Trier, we're friendly, okay, we're cool, here's the attitude, or we're neutral or hostile. We can decide which one. So Friesland, I want your land, so I will be hostile towards you because I want that land. So now other people who are hostile to Friesland or rival to them are willing to join my alliance. So if you want, you can leave it automatically or set up your own attitude towards your enemies. Alright, let's go back to the economy tab. Now here's the incomes and expenses. Okay, there's a separation for taxation. That's the sum of all the provinces. There's always a base of +1, and this is monthly. Okay, all of this is monthly, and you can see each province how much tax each month is given. So let's say Bourgogne 0.76. If we go to Bourgogne, it is tax 0.76. You have 0.66 plus the modifiers. Now production is 0.37. You will see over here Bourgogne 0.37. Now the trade, that's tied up to the trade node. Okay, this is my main trade node because it's in my capital. I can later change to another one if I want, but right now it is over here. So we're collecting money in this trade node. So I recommend at the beginning keep the trade node in your capital, okay, and you can like steer more money from different trades into your capital. Can I go here like transfer from here? Like let's see, I will think we will get more money probably. Right now we're getting 2.56. Let's go for next month. No, it's less. It is less. Yeah, sometimes you have to, especially at the beginning of the game, those minor changes, you have to work with them and see if you rather, because if you send a trade, a merchant to collect in a trade, it will give you slightly boost to your trade power in that region. And steering basically says, okay, tell this guy to move money from this side over there. So yeah, just work with that. Okay, but trade is the amount of money you get from all the trade nodes you're collecting from. Gold, that's if you own a gold mine, like in La Mancha, you have gold. Okay, now gold is very good for Western nations because that gives you a lot of money, because Western nations value gold. If you're a Native American, you have a gold province, it will treat him as a regular province. There's basically no bonus to that. But to Westerners, like Tyrol, you have a gold mine here. Having a gold mine is important. Now, if you have a gold mine, it will give you lots of money, but also it will give you lots of inflation. Right now, we're having no inflation changes, but if you own a gold mine, your inflation will start to grow and grow and grow over the year. So take care of that. Take care of your gold mines if you have. Try to get your inflation low. Okay. Tariffs, basically tariffs is the amount of money you get from your colonial nations. If you manage to colonize and have some colonial nations, they will pay you tariffs. Okay. Vassals, this is the money you get from your vassals. It's a 40%. These are the modifiers, base value, and the rest. So basically we have from our only vassal, remember the other ones are personal unions. Now Nevers gives us 0.61 ducats per month. Harbor fees, that means if other nations want to dock in our ports, they will have to ask for a permission and they will pay us money each time. Subsidies, sometimes when you're a small nation and a big nation wants to help you in a fight or in a war, will give you money and subsidies to keep your army up or whatever you want. Okay, sometimes you will receive subsidies from other nations, like I can go and subsidize other nations. Okay. Spoils of war, this means if you are looting money, you will get it from here. If you are privateering, selling like pirates to steal money from trade routes, you will get this here. Here's basically the money you get while at war or by doing hostile actions toward the enemy. And war reparations, if you declare war, one of the options in the peace deal is to consider war reparations. That means they will give you 10% of their income each month. Okay, so asking war reparation from big nations means a lot of money. Probably asking money war reparation from one province minor, it will not change at all. How this has the total income 10.43 ducats. Now my expenses from advisors, we have one advisor that costs 1 ducat per month. Interest, if you take a loan like this, you have to pay interest by interest 4% per year. So yeah, the more loans, the more interest you have. Harbor fees, the same. If I want to dock on any other nation's ports, I have to pay them for the fees. Diplomatic expenses, here's a different categories. If I pay subsidies for other nations, here's what there's the option. If I want to support enemy rebels, I will have to pay. If I am a vassal of somebody, I will have to pay him. If I am a colonial nation, I will have to pay. Same with war operations, support loyalists and send officers. Those are different expenses I get for doing diplomatic options. Now, fort maintenance, here my 4 forts, each cost 1 ducat per month. If I want, I can mothball a fort and it will only cost half. So let's say I want to mothball that and that. So now instead of 4, I am paying 3. That's 1 ducat for the full maintenance forts, half a ducat for the other ones. The cost increased by the level of the fort. Higher level forts are more and more expensive. Okay, so here are the sliders. Colonial maintenance, this is for colonizing. If I keep it full, the settler would work at full, and if I want, I can slide, okay, pay more or less. In colonial maintenance, if I pay less money, I probably going to start losing colonists in that province I'm colonizing. Missionary maintenance, the same. If I am converting some land, I can pay more or less to my missionaries. Army maintenance, basically, these are my 4 in stack. Each unit I have 10 infantry and 4 cavalry. Each one has a cost. Okay, army maintenance 4.12. Let me check this out quickly. I think it's 0.1 and 0.25. Alright, well, basically this is the cost of the army. I'm not going to go specifically into numbers, just this is an overall. So if I pay less, okay, I can do that, there's a minimum, but of course the morale will go down. Okay, you can see maximum, you can see if I pay full, if you're at war, always go full maintenance. Okay, so my full maintenance is a total of 2.6 morale. If I go to none, the max is 0.51. Okay, same with fleet, I can do the same as the army. So here's the expenses and the balance. We're making 1.85 ducats per month. Okay, Now this is a previous monthly balance. Last month I gained 0.86. Why it's now 1.85? Well, if you recall, we just lowered the for maintenance by 1 ducat. So next month we're expected to get this money instead of that. Now I can take loans, and here for repaying them. Here's the inflation. This is a graph that shows you inflation. This is the amount of inflation. I can reduce inflation by 2, that means 2.00%, by spending 75 admin points if I want. If I have too much inflation and an excess of admin points, I can reduce the inflation. Or I can raise war taxes. If I am at war and I raise war taxes, it would lower the maintenance by 20% without, of course, lowering the slider, at a cost of, for 2 years, at a cost of 50 military points. And same, if you have a very large army maintenance and an excess of military points, and you think you will be at a war for over 2 years, you can spend those. War exhaustion and total development of your nation. Okay, that's 9 provinces with 138 total development. War exhaustion is the same like here. Basically, the more you are at war, the more your war exhaustion grows, and eventually it can turn up into very, very destructive penalty. So watch out for your war exhaustion. So let's jump into trade. So this is the trade tab. Of course, we're collecting from champagne, 2.36. Here's some modifiers. Trade efficiency. Basically, the more efficiency you have, the more money you will directly collect. Let's say trade power. What is it? No, I think it's the trade node over here. Current trade power. Put it up. Where is it? Well, I know trade efficiency affects yeah, how much income? Oh, probably. Oh, there you go. Trade efficiency. Basically, your trade amount plus 15%. That's a bonus to your income. So basically, you get an income and it multiplies by your trade efficiency to a total of 2.36. Okay, trade range, that's 200. So if I want to, let's say, I want to collect in Kiev, I cannot. It's out of my range. Okay, I can only stay within 200. I don't know what's the units, range, distance. Okay, trade steering. There's a modifier if I want to steer more or less money in your trade. Okay, right now it's at 0. If you have a high trade steering, you would like to steer a lot of money into one and concentrate in one province. Global trade power, that affects your trade power overall. Mercantilism, okay, it also affects your trade power in all the nodes. Privateering, if you want to send light ships to privateer, that is to steal money and to pirate things in trade routes, you can have a modifier there. Now this is the bonus inland. Okay, basically if you are an inland province, this is the inland trade node. I think, let's see, Burgundy. Yeah, there you go. Inland caravan provides a total of 46 trade power. Okay. Caravan power, there you go. You can see here, there's no inland bonus. Okay, we have provinces, but there is no inland bonus. So only on the inland. This is good, especially if you're like Russia, which have a lot of inland, or the Timurids, lots of inland provinces. And goods produced. This is a modifier for your goods in each province. Okay, here are the different nodes I can work with. I can send it and put different type of sorting over here, like trade power and stuff. Okay, here the embargo on others, our embargo on us, and well, sometimes you can demand other nations to give you trade power. You can give trade power to other nations. So this will be shown here. Now, embargo on others from us. Always you can embargo your rivals. Okay, I have 3 rivals. I can embargo them without any cost. Now, if I embargo nations which are not my rivals, it will affect my efficiency. So never embargo nations which are not my rivals, unless you want to suffer that penalty. Okay, well, yeah, I think I will take a break here. Okay, this in 30 minutes. This will be the first 4 tabs. Next video, we'll go through tech, IDS, missions, and stability. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned, guys. Thank you for coming. As always, if you enjoyed this series, you can always subscribe to the channel. It will really help me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.